Russia struck 15 locations in overnight attacks on Ukraine using missiles and drones, according to Ukraine's armed forces. Meanwhile, the death toll from Friday's late attack on Odessa has risen to 8. Some of the 27 reported injured were on a bus when the attack happened. Footage from Ukraine's 63rd Mechanized Brigade shows roads and buildings tangled in dense fiber optic cables, remnants of FPV drone operations. Unlike radio-controlled drones, these FPV drones use cables for navigation to avoid jamming, leaving kilometers of wire behind with each flight. On Saturday, the Russian Ministry of Defense released footage showing its Grad rocket launcher and Pantsir S-1 missile systems striking Ukrainian army positions in the Donetsk region.
The United States has launched a massive attack in Syria against the Islamic State group. According to an anonymous US official, the military strikes hit 70 IS infrastructure and weapon sites across central regions of the country. The attack was in retaliation for an ambush attack last week in which 2 US soldiers and an American civilian interpreter were killed. US President Donald Trump on Friday also reiterated his backing for Syria's President Ahmad al-Sarraj, who Trump said was, quote, fully in support of the US actions. During a speech in North Carolina, Trump saluted the attack that struck, quote, ISIS thugs in Syria who are trying to regroup. Hundreds of US troops have been deployed in eastern Syria as part of a coalition fighting the militant group.
French lawmakers failed to reach a compromise on the 2026 state budget on Friday, leaving France without a new budget approved before the end of the year. Differences between the government camp, which favors lower spending and taxes, and the socialists who want higher budgets, proved insurmountable. France's deficit is currently running at 5.4% of output this year. Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu announced he would meet political leaders for Monday to discuss how to find a solution. The government is now expected to seek a special law that would temporarily roll over the 2025 budget into the new year, while debates continue.
Crete continues to experience strong migratory pressure, with hundreds of people arriving at the Greek island in the last 24 hours. 545 migrants were spotted off the coast of neighbouring Gavdos on Friday. They were rescued by Greek port authorities with the assistance of Frontex and transported to Crete. A few hours later, 2 different migrant rescue operations took place overnight. It is estimated that in December alone, more than 1,000 migrants arrived on the coast of Crete. Since the beginning of last year, nearly 40,000 people had entered Greece illegally by the end of October, a decrease of 18% compared to 2024. Both Spain and Italy have also seen a decrease in arrivals this year, partly because of increased surveillance and a tightening of migration policies. For Libyan smugglers, Crete and Gavdos seem to be the new preferred destinations due to improved weather conditions and proximity.
The first ever Central Asia-Japan summit brought together the leaders of all 5 Central Asian states and Japan in Tokyo. All sides identified transport infrastructure, decarbonization, and people-to-people exchanges as key priorities for future cooperation. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi announced, among others, the launch of the Central Asia plus Japan Dialogue Tokyo initiative, targeting around 18 billion euros in business projects over the next 5 years. President of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev proposed concrete initiatives, including a Central Asia-Japan digital hub, an infrastructure investment fund, and closer cooperation on green energy, transport, and seismic safety. President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev focused on transit and energy cooperation, stressing the importance of the Trans-Caspian route and Japan's role in critical minerals, nuclear energy, and water security. The summit was followed by a business forum where more than 150 agreements were presented. Leaders also agreed that the next Central Asia-Japan summit will be held in Kazakhstan.